What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review. This time I'm reviewing Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. That's how you do a sequel title right there. Just double up. Just say it twice. So the next sequel, I just want to just say it again. So for the third Dune, be like Dune, Dune, Dune. No, it's not gonna work. You're not feeling that. Fall is in the air. I know it's still hot here. It's heat wave city out here in Cali, but fall is in the air. And autumn is my favorite season. So Beetlejuice is that perfect Halloween-y. First of all, Tim Burton, if you look at the director, which season do they really represent? Like, you know what I mean? Like Peter Jackson, I would give winter to, you know what I mean? Michael Bay is summertime all day. You know what I mean? But like Tim Burton is perfect fall. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Even though it's Nightmare Before Christmas, that movie feels very much fall. Sleepy Hollow. His whole aesthetic is very fallsy. You know what I mean? Even though Addams Family is not him, they feel like fall too. I kind of wish this movie came out in October, but since it made it $111 million this weekend, I'm going to just shut my ass up. It made $111 million in one weekend. Clearly, people was like, bring us the Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was a wild movie that came out in 1988. I remember when it was in theaters. I didn't see it until it came on HBO. And at the time, Michael Keaton was like my favorite actor. And so I was just like, yes. And when I finally watched it, it was so original. I was just like, wait. So this couple died. They don't know they're dead. They're still in the house. These new people come in. They're kind of jerks, all artsy, and then they don't want to let go of their home. They're trying to navigate themselves in the in between. So they hire this weird ghost guy to go ahead and haunt the people out of the house. But then he's weird and he's trying to do extra stuff, and then he's trying to marry their daughter. And it's just like, yo, who is this guy? Beetlejuice. And so it was so original and so like, what? The visuals were crazy. The music by Danny Elfman is also a character in the whole process, if you ask me. Michael Keaton was fantastic. Winona Ryder was perfect as the golf daughter. Catherine O'Hara is always delivering. And so we back. We got Michael Keaton back. We got Winona Ryder back. We got Catherine O'Hara back. Now the Jeffrey Jones situation. Couldn't really bring him back because of the, the child pedophilia, you can't come back, Jeffrey Jones. So I was curious as to how they were going to handle him. They were like, man, let's just kill him off. I'm like, oh, all right. But it's not just a killing him off. They did something very interesting with his character and how they handled his death. This is not a spoiler review. But it's definitely not as simple as, oh, he died, they're going to a funeral. No. Matter of fact, I believe if they use your image for another film, even though you're not in it, they probably still had to compensate him. I'm not sure how that works, because I know they got into hot water when Crispin Glover, who played Marty McFly's dad, didn't come back for the sequel. They got in hot water because they tried to use his image in the sequel, even though that wasn't him. So he got some money off that. So I don't know. Now we add the hot, not hot as far as looks just creepy. I'm just saying hot as far as like they buzzing right now. Jenna Ortega is in the mix. So she's buzzing right now like crazy because of Wednesday and Scream. And so you got this perfect storm of Michael Keaton is back. He's got a hot streak. Winona Ryder is buzzing again too because she's on Stranger Things. So I feel like it's the perfect time to come out with this sequel. And it's a sequel that doesn't feel forced, in my opinion. This one is not as good as the original, but it didn't feel like it's desperate and they're trying to just do some nostalgic shit. And this storyline, like I said, Lydia Dietz's father passes away. So they go back to the house. They go back to the town. And Jenna Ortega plays Winona Ryder's daughter. And she's not really feeling her mom because, she lost her father, Lydia's husband. So she's just kind of like, you can see all these ghosts, but you don't even talk to him. You never see him. You don't talk about him. And so she's in her feelings about that. So she's at her boarding school or whatever, distant from her mom. And so when she comes back and they all come back for the funeral, you know, shenanigans ensue of the of the death persuasion. This whole time Beetlejuice is trying to figure out how he could come back up top and, like, you know what I'm saying, I still want Lydia, you know what I'm saying? And so he's still just trying to figure out how he can creep back into her mind and get back up top. We see Beetlejuice trying to navigate this while also there's an ex-wife of his that's a soul, I don't want to say soul sucker, but like she can suck the soul out of people that are already dead. So now you could be even deader. The big dead. You're already dead, but now she can give you the big death. Just crunch you right on up. She's looking for Beetlejuice because she got a score to settle with him. So this whole time, he's trying to plot his way back into Lydia's life. Meanwhile, his ex-wife is coming for him. Meanwhile, the daughter is out here trying to navigate all this and trying to reconcile with her mom. And her mom is just like, oh, you know, I don't know what's going on. And so you got all this coming together. Without me giving away too much, that's pretty much the storyline of Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. I think the cast is really good. I feel like, first of all, Winona Ryder's eyes are beautiful. I had a crush on Winona Ryder. It was like a brief crush. It was after Beetlejuice. And it was like around the time Welcome Home Roxy Carmichael came out. And I was just like, Winona Ryder. I didn't have it in Beetlejuice because I was like, she was looking all pale and like gothy, and I was like, oh, that's really not my flavor. But then when her regular skin tone was out, I was like, Winona Ryder. Her eyes are beautiful, man. I kept looking at them. Like, they're like this brown, and it's like, these are some good quality brown. And she's got big eyes, and so eyes are my thing. And so I was like, yeah. Because I don't know what it is. Like, you know, I've seen her in Stranger Things, but I still wasn't like, the eyes. But in this movie, the eyes, man. I was like, Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton is great as Beetlejuice once again. He's funny, man. Beetlejuice is a funny character. He just looks so ridiculous. And it's like, I feel like Michael Keaton is enjoying himself in this role. It's good to see Tim Burton being weird again with the visuals and the all kind of just like crazy visuals, the shrunken head dudes, how people died, and like, and the deaths are so over the top and dramatic, and like people just looking ridiculous, being cut in half, stuffed through their neck, and it's just like they go into the afterlife as they died. So it's like you got a whole pole in your neck, and they just in there working an office job, whole pole in their neck. So you get all these visuals that are crazy that I missed on the Tim Burton level. Like, even though he's working on Wednesday, it was just good to see this in a cinematic form for Tim Burton. Tim Burton was always one of my favorite filmmakers. And even though he didn't really cast a lot of black actors, I was still just like, I love Tim Burton's. But I will say this. I don't want to spoil. It could be a potential spoiler, but so if you don't want nothing about nothing, mute this real quick. This is the most black actors I've seen in a Tim Burton movie for one particular scene. I was just like, yo, this is the most blacks I've seen in a Tim Burton picture. Let's celebrate. But anyway, I feel like, you know, because I'm always for like, just come up with new shit. Stop digging into the 80s and 70s and coming up with these sequels that we've been waiting decades for, and now you're desperate. But I really feel like this didn't feel like a desperate grasp of something. But one of my critiques is that they handled death a little too well in this. Like, I get that it's a comedy, you know what I'm saying? It is about ghosts and the afterlife and stuff like that, so people aren't really truly gone. But take them deaths a little bit more to heart. You know, I just wanted that. Like, one thing about me when I watch stuff, when people lose a loved one, I want to feel it. I want to feel that through the character that's mourning somebody. And I feel like they're taking all these deaths pretty damn well. That was my biggest like distraction. But I also want to go to the East Coast in autumn. Maybe like Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. I just want to look around at the visuals. Man, forget all that. You want to know my smooth jazz review of Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Well, here it is. Oh, yeah. I'm giving Beetlejuice Beetlejuice 3.5 saxophones out of 5. I forgot to mention the addition of Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe He's one of my favorite actors. Like, I feel like he's good in everything he's ever in, and he's good in this. He's like a hard edge guy in the afterlife that's keeping order around everything, and based on who he was while he was living, that goes on to the death too. He was a great addition to this cast, and I was like, good old Willem Dafoe, man. He never lets me down. I feel like this movie was a good time. It's not as good as the original, but it's still good. And I wouldn't mind more. I wouldn't mind some more. Or if they make it into, they're not gonna make it into a regular series because Winona Ryder and Michael Keaton ain't signed up for that. But, you know what I'm saying? And Jenna's busy with Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And Catherine O'Hara is always great. I like her eyeballs as well. It was a good time, man. Go check it out, man. All right, peeps, that's my review of Beetlejuice. Let me know what you thought of the movie in the comments section below. Are you a fan of Beetlejuice? Did you watch the cartoon as well? Let me know. I like how they kind of address the age difference too in Beetlejuice and Lydia. Like they threw that in there. I'm sure they was looking back like, we got to address this. You know what I'm saying? He was really trying to marry that little girl back in the day. And now, of course, Lydia's grown now, but Beetlejuice is always going to be that age gap. When you're immortal, listen, there's going to be an age gap. I talk about that on stage, you know what I'm saying? I'm also a stand-up comedian if you just watch my movie reviews. I talk about how if you're a vampire, you're going to be dating people younger than you. It's just, you 170, you 230 years old, and your girlfriend's 40, we just going to have to take that because nobody's living in your age no more, so you got to go. But the creepy part is, if I was a vampire, I could not see you as a child. I could not. Because then I would be like, oh, you that baby. Like, no, I'm 56. You that baby. You always the kids. Once I see you as the kids, you always the kids. Now, if I meet you and you 56 at Trader Joe's and I'm in there at night, getting some garlic, then I'm going to be like, oh, so you shave hair often? Why are your teeth so long? Oh, it's just, sorry. I just got long canines. How you doing? Anyway, man, let me know what you thought of Beetlejuice in the comment section below. And let me know your top 5 Tim Burton movies. I want to know your top 5 Tim Burton movies. Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.